Так. Я почав. Я вчора трохи прочитав, що нам зробити. Дещо що нужно робити, але... Можна... Бля. Просто що... Переписувався. Тягнуло. Мову.
Hey, what are you doing? Who are you? How did you
Вона
find
тут
me?
переховується.
You came here to
Тому не
finish
хотів зі мною
what you
розмовляти.
started. I'm not afraid of you. I'll claw your eyes out.
Don't be afraid. I don't want to hurt you.
So, what do you want from me then?
Lumir asked me to find out what happened to you. He thought you were dead.
Lumir? From the rat house? He sent you.
Exactly. Someone killed a girl in Kuttenberg. Lumir thought it might be connected with you, so maybe you could help us find out who did it.
How can I help you when I haven't been in Kuttenberg since... I don't even know when.
You disappeared from the hole in the wall without saying goodbye. Without a word. What happened?
Someone attacked me when I was coming home from the baths one night. I managed to get away, but I was so afraid. I decided to run away from Kuttenberg.
Did you see who it was?
Not at all. I didn't see anything until he jumped out of the shadows and grabbed me around the neck. And he was terribly strong. I nearly blacked out right away.
And how did you manage to break free?
I had an empty pitcher in my hand, and I hit him with it. He howled and let me go, and I ran away.
Here?
Булочки.
To the charcoal burners?
No, first to my room in the hole. I was so scared there. I took what I could and ran. Here, to Barton.
And your lover? What did he say?
At first he was horrified, because I had cut myself on a shard from the pitcher and was all bloody. He's been hiding me here since then.
What was it like working in the hole?
Well, I earned a few groschen, that I did, but I often had to grit my teeth.
How so?
Every single day I had to put up with their lewd remarks. Rich or poor, everyone wants to grope a girl. People, well, us girls have to watch out. We can't just put up with it, and sometimes we have to be tough, especially in a place like the hole. But you can't overdo it either. That's no good.
How so?
Because if you smile at them nicely, then
Mhm,
sometimes they
dobra,
leave
tекstурą.
aggression. Or even two. You have to keep a balance. To look friendly, but unavailable.
You said that rich or poor, they all like to grope girls. Like who?
Truth be told, the hole isn't exactly a good place for a rich man, but young von Groll used to go there for a while.
Is that
Дуже
so?
дивна текстура.
Did he talk to you?
He smiled at me a lot, so I smiled back, but beyond a few groschen, there was nothing more to it. Then this thieving wench started hanging around him and... oh, it doesn't matter. But that servant of his didn't like it, tried to drive her away, and so the young lord stopped bringing him with him.
Von Groller had a servant with him.
Aye, a pudgy fella, well-dressed, but had a mean face. He never said a word or smiled, or even said thank you.
You walked home from the baths at night?
What's so odd about that?
Well, at night, the baths are...
Ah, right. I went there after closing. I always brought the girls a pitcher of wine or ale and took a bath while they drank it.
Ah. So that's why you had the empty pitcher you hit him with?
Right. I went there regularly, every week.
The same way every time?
Aye, always the same way. The shortest one. I didn't want to stay out too long at night.
And who knew that you went by yourself to the baths?
Well, everyone from the tavern, I reckon. I didn't hide it.
Why didn't you go back to the hole?
Just to get murdered there? Are you mad? I'm never going back there. Not until they catch him.
Справді він пахне прикольніше, ніж смакує.
How are you now?
I'm still awful scared. I can't fall asleep knowing that
Що це за
that you
булочки
can't
зварені?
even really leave the house.
Do you remember anything important about the attacker? What he looked like? What he was wearing?
I don't know anything. It was at night. He grabbed me from behind, and then I ran and never turned back.
And what about when you hit him? What did he do?
He let me go and cursed.
Aha. And what did he say?
He said Scheisse in German.
Couldn't it have been that innkeeper then? You yourself said he's a pig.
Aye, when he drinks, he turns into a total bar. Only when I got to my room,
Couldn't it have been...
Father Prokop.
No, he's pretty old.
I don't know him.
I heard William.
Aye, I thought it pretty silly. A stupid trick, though. I reckon he's more like...
Ні, ну якщо він...
Seems you're the only one to survive the killer's attack. I know it isn't easy for you to think about it, but try to remember something else about that moment.
Так
Or
багато
when you were
підозрюваних
running
місць,
away.
скажімо, говоря.
Anything can help us, even if it seems insignificant.
I don't know. It's all like in a fog.
You were walking down the street. Did you notice anything before he attacked you?
No, nothing.
You didn't see anything or hear anything?
Actually, I knew the side street wasn't empty. I heard somebody talking, but when I looked, there was nobody there. So when somebody grabbed me, I completely froze.
Did you understand what they were talking about?
Not at all. But there were two voices. Two of them waiting for me there.
It's difficult, I understand. But I need you to think hard one more time. Aside from those voices and the empty street, what else do you remember?
I didn't hear him at all, and then he grabbed me.
And nothing else? Did he grab your hair?
Well, no. He grabbed me by the throat right away and squeezed, just for a moment, but I still had a big bruise round my neck for weeks. Barton said the man must have had a terribly strong grip, like a miner or swordsman.
I reckon that'll be all.
I'm sorry I'm not able to help you more.
You don't need to apologise.
Thank you. Could I ask you for a favour?
If it's in my power.
When you catch that bastard, would you please let me know, so I can finally stop being afraid?
I'll stop by if I can.
See you soon, my friend.
Okay. Не показує, що ви. Окей. Хтось ви явно не селянин.
What's going on?
You have a kind man.
Do tell.
All right. Let's talk it over. Hey, do you have anything to eat? I haven't eaten for such a long time, and I know you'll be happy to share.
Of course.
See now. Now be on your way. Thank you. I reckon I'll sleep well tonight.
Ладно, хрен с ними. Педики нехороші. Так, це Леопольд тут має десь бути.
I found out some interesting things about those murders. Just like you said.
That's wonderful news. But wait a while. I promised Catherine we'd wait for her.
You know Catherine?
She came to see me soon after you did, and started asking me questions. Just like you.
Will you send for her? So, we're all here.
I hope nobody else shows up. How did it go?
I reckon I've found out all I can.
And do you know who the murderer is?
Not exactly, but I have a few ideas.
I've asked around a bit, and I have my own suspicions.
Is that so? See, I was trying to recall some more details, and I had someone come to mind as well.
I didn't do all this for nothing, did I?
Well,
Well? Who do you suspect now?
Well, I'd say William did it. The minstrel.
You can't be serious. He's innocent.
Uh-huh. And who do you think it was?
Prokop. I'm sure of it.
No. Really? That's impossible. It couldn't have been him.
So I see we disagree. Too bad. We could have been done with it quickly.
Well, who do you think it was then?
I'm not entirely sure. First, I'll tell you what I found out, and then it might be easier for us.
Go on then. Starting with who?
Let's talk about Yarka, the one raised by Father Prokop.
What did you learn about her?
Yarka started working for the von Grolla family, where she remained until her death.
I was there to ask whether she'd given them any trouble, but they said she was always thorough and reliable.
Ah, so what's the story with von Grolls?
A very wealthy and important family. The mother is quite devout, known to spend a lot of time in prayer.
Мені
Old
здається,
von
що
Groller's been sick for
хтось з
years.
цих гролів
Get out of
винуватий.
bed.
So, who runs affairs?
That would be young Hendel. They say he's quite successful.
Prokop didn't just raise her out of the goodness of his heart. He was actually her uncle.
Really? But he still could have killed her.
His own relative.
Why not? He's a priest. I'm sure he knows the story of Cain and Abel.
That's all I was able to find out.
You still found out more than I did.
But it's not enough. We still don't know who the killer is.
I managed to find Zdena.
By the sound of it, you didn't find her alive, did you?
No. Unfortunately, she's dead.
And where did you find her?
Pretty far away. Near the mill she used to sell things at. Someone caught her in the forest when she was coming home with a load of coin and killed her. I reckon she put up a hell of a fight. So the killer got nervous and ended things quickly.
So he didn't strangle or mutilate her.
She'd been lying in the woods for a long time, so I couldn't really tell. But he definitely didn't hack her up like the others.
Знову гролі.
Zdena tried to rob young von Groller. It's possible she succeeded.
Von
Це
Groller.
те, що їх всіх об'єднує.
Yarka worked for them, didn't she?
Ah, that whole family is suspicious.
Assumptions. Nothing more.
I'd say it's pretty obvious. Why else would I have found that ring on her?
They just left the ring by her body. That's odd, isn't it?
It wasn't by her body. It was inside of it. I don't know if she swallowed it herself or someone shoved it in her.
Ah, that's awful. But I can't say it surprises me.
Judging by what her accomplice said, she robbed someone good. She had so much jewelry on her, she could hardly carry it. And what's odd is when she was murdered, the killer left her basket of valuables behind.
So I reckon he didn't kill her for the money.
Він, мабуть, забезпечений. Будь-який небагатий забрав би гроші.
She said someone
This
followed her
version.
on horseback from Kuttenberg.
Бідні на
She
конях
tried
не
to lose
їздять.
him, but apparently wasn't able to.
On horseback? I don't suppose she described him, did she?
Only as a wealthy type who never got too close.
Ah, that doesn't fit in with the previous murders.
Father Prokop came looking for Zdena and nearly cursed her on the spot.
What did he have in common with a thief?
He had also looked after her, but unlike Yarka, she ended up on the street.
Але
And he took it
Прокоп теж
badly.
і
I managed to find Stanya.
Alive? You found her alive?
I did. Alive and well. Hiding with the charcoal burners.
So she's not one of our victims?
She is. She just managed to escape the killer. She said she was attacked on her way home from the baths. She heard somebody talking in a side street, but it was empty. But when she walked by, someone grabbed her by the throat and started strangling her.
And how did she manage to get away?
She was holding an empty pitcher, and she smashed the killer in the face with it. He either got startled or hurt, but he let her go.
Did she get a look at him? Did she take his eye out or something?
No, she didn't stop to find out. Just ran. Which is probably why she survived.
And what about the blood in the bedroom?
She cut her hand on the broken pitcher. She didn't stay in her room for long. She was still so scared that she grabbed her things and ran off to her beloved charcoal burner. According to Stanya, the murderer didn't say a word the entire time.
That's strange, right? I'd expect him to at least call her a whore.
The only word he uttered was when she smashed him in the face with the pitcher. He said Scheisse.
So we're looking for a German?
Even I say Scheiße sometimes, and I'm not German.
She said she returned from the baths in the evening regularly, and somebody knew exactly which way she would take and where to wait for her.
You mean someone followed her beforehand to figure out where to ambush her?
Who knew that she went to the baths?
Apparently everyone in the tavern. She didn't hide the fact. She also said she was sure it wasn't Mole. He may be a pig, but the evening she ran home, he was in bed snoring. I asked Stanya if she knew Prokop. She said no.
Maybe she just doesn't remember him. Or he gave a different name, or...
I don't think Father Prokop is the type to frequent the worst tavern in Kuttenberg.
Stanya admitted that she knows William. He flirted with her and tried to get to know her better, but nothing came of it.
And that's probably why he wanted to kill her. And likely rape her before that.
Well, perhaps.
There's
but
nothing.
Stanya doesn't think so. She's sure it wasn't William, and no matter what they say about him, in her eyes, he's a good lad. Well, according to Stanya, the murderer had a terribly strong grip. Her neck was bruised for almost a month.
Doesn't almost every man have a strong grip?
Depending on what they take in hand every day. A tankard, a quill, or a hammer.
Except none of our suspects are miners or blacksmiths, eh?
Greetings to you.
Besides that, she also recalled hearing 2 voices in the alley. Someone was talking to the killer.
So we have a witness. Now, just to find him.
Or an accomplice. If I remember correctly, the other one must have seen the whole thing, right? And he didn't go to report it.
And that's all that Stanya told me.
I'm so glad that girl is alive.
Me too. At least someone's had a little luck. Does she want to come back, or will she stay with the charcoal burners?
I don't think she'll come back. She's so scared now they'll come back for her, she doesn't even leave the house. My mouth is starting to hurt from all this blabbering.
So are my ears and head.
Come now, we're nearly there. We just need to find our suspect. So, Henry, who do you think did it?
Це єдине, в кого пов'язує всі 3 жертви. Їх інших ні.
I suspect one of the Von Grollers.
What leads you to think that?
Are you sure it wasn't William?
Yarka was their maidservant until she started rebelling, right?
Yes. Do you think she was rebelling because of someone in particular?
Perhaps the young lord?
That's possible.
Alice had a young and wealthy suitor. And young Von Groller fits both descriptions.
True, true.
We could be getting somewhere.
Zdeno was followed by someone on a horse. Von Groller could afford a horse.
That's not so sure, is it? And maybe the horse was stolen or borrowed.
But it certainly worsens the case for him. That much is true.
Zdeno robbed Von Grolle.
That's true.
It's all coming together, isn't it?
And that's all I can pin on him.
So, do we agree that it was young Von Groll?
Well, old Von Groller can't do much now, can he?
So do we really agree that our most likely suspect is young Von Groller?
Aye. I agree.
I don't have a problem with it. Little rich boys are capable of anything. But what are we gonna do about it? Our suspicions aren't enough.
They'll just
Давайте
laugh at us
помолимся.
without something more tangible.
So, you want to search their house?
There's nothing else we can do. There must be a clever way to do it.
We have to find some evidence. None of our conjecture is enough. What will we do?
You could sneak in there.
Or break in?
Catherine, that's not necessary. The young lad wants to learn swordsmanship, and the old one is sick and always calling for a physician.
So I can either pretend to be a sawbones or a swordsman, or
Right.
break in? That's a lot of options.
You're a clever lad. You'll figure it out.
Ну, дякую, блядь.
Greetings to you.
Погано було б кулом поміняти мені трохи цей шолом. З цією штукою на носі. Так, значить тут.
Can I help you?
Is this the house of the Von Groller family?
Yes?
I've come on account of old Von Grolle. I hear he's serious.
You aren't the first.
I'm skilled in medicinal herbs and their healing effects.
Well, I don't know if I want to let some ordinary herbalist in to see the master.
Ordinary herbalist? I beg your pardon? What would apothecaries do without our herbs? How would they brew their decoctions? Monks in the oldest monasteries in Bohemia grow all kinds of medicinal plants.
That's true. I lived for quite some time in a monastery myself, and only the most experienced brothers took care of the herb garden
Трохи не те,
there.
що я хотів
My
зробити, але...
apologies. I shouldn't have doubted you.
That's all right. I expect you're concerned about your master's well-being.
Come inside. But before you begin your healing, speak to the mistress of the house. She can certainly tell you more about what ails the master. Take care, friend.
Можна було якось... Я хотів все ж таки через фехтування зайти. Це молодий, походу. Підвал. Провіант сюди. Ого. Що це за...
Hey?
Ой. Підозріло. Заходи такі підземні. У них під будинком. Як куди веде? Це правда, можна було, мабуть, просто пролізти тут. І стелс місії пройти. Я думаю, в цьому прикол. А що там хрен відкриє без отмічки? Ну, з отмічкою навіть не. Це виглядає складно. Кодоваткою я там ладу відкривав. Опачки, це що за хрень? Десь на це потрапив? Бля, що за комбо? Ебать, це, конечно. Заблукати би. Он просто прямо біжав, не звертаючи. Собака, блядь, уйди.
Search!
Pray,
Come to treat your...
is that? Perhaps God will find. But I suppose you'll first want.
Tell me all you...
It's been a long time since Gotslin fell ill. At first, he just lost his strength and tired easily. No,
What trembling?
not at all. At first, his hands started shaking. But over time, nowadays, he can't even get out of bed. He can't talk properly. If he'd at least ask God.
How long is it?
It must be years now that God only
Кілька років.
You say he drank.
uncontrollable.
What else?
Yes,
But that's not...
that's none of your business.
I don't want to hear anyone's...
You answered that yourself.
What else?
I don't really, but
And how is his stool when he does...
check it yourself.
What does he get to
Hello?
eat now? If he's constipated?
The cook prepares his meal.
Do you have any idea?
Am I a
Well, you might have some...
I don't know about any old injuries, but God.
I'll go and...
Окей, треба з Харкою ще поговорити. Блін, ну зламати замки буде щось нехуя складно.
Damn it. What's this dog doing here? Call back that dog, or I'll report you for being a public nuisance. Leave it! Shoo! Damned mutt.
Вибачте, блядь, ну. З собакою не вийшло.
This is for him. He ate almost nothing. Could he have lost his appetite for food?
М. Ох, карає. Як зрозуміти, яка кімната?
I'm a physician, and I've come to examine you, sir. Well, you really won't be telling me much. Although it does seem he knows I'm here.
Перевірити вокал.
At first glance, he's quite thin. I know he doesn't get around much, but this is too much. He's just skin and bones. But if he doesn't eat much, then it's no wonder. It's true. His arms and legs really are shaking. A lot. I've never seen this before. I've no idea what this could be. Sir? Sir? If you can hear me, blink once. If not, blink twice. 1, 2. But if he can't... all right then. I won't torment you. His wife said he suffered from constipation.
Мікрофон,
I
щось з
better take a look at it
мікрофоном.
now.
Що з мікрофоном?
Дуже
Where's this
погано
chamber
тебе
pot?
чутно. Ковтаються слова, і я
Окей.
про це написала тобі вже, ти ніде не бачиш.
Даються слова. Хм. Пише хайджі Пуло, цікаво чому. О, наче зараз, мабуть, норм буде. Перевірте кал, так, ну окей. Перевіримо кал. Дослідники кала.
So, let's see what we have here. Well, it's not much, but his stool is fine otherwise. If he can't shit, the problem will be somewhere else.
Перевірили кал. Кал в нормі. Так, стільки було непристойно людей, що був що почав. Після цього тривало обговорення, по особливо битві, перевірка міста Гостіного Горщика підтвердила мої підозри. Які, блядь? Які підозри?
Silly doggy. Jesus Christ.
I came to heal your master, and I'd like to know what you cooked for him.
But of course, sir. Mostly light meat, poultry and fish, and then lots of vegetables. One Sawbones already told us what the old gent should eat. But he told us to give him some wine sparingly. But my mistress banned it.
Which physician treated him? Do you recall?
Some gent called Albeek from Moravia, I heard. He came, looked at the master, and then just told us what to cook for him.
Тепер ще й репить. А так. Все одно репить. А, тому що показує. Дивно, наче показує, що ГПУ перевантажне. А чого? Нічого такого не робив. Воно було перевантажено прям. Так, зараз я, мабуть, стрім перестартану. Зараз норм. Точно зараз
Which
норм.
physician treated him? Do you recall?
Some gent called Albeek.
And why doesn't he eat?
How should I know? He used to be very fond of chasing women and boozing, true. But at least he was always merry. Now he's just a grouch. I ain't surprised he don't like his food.
Why did she forbid him to drink?
Master used
Okay,
to
no,
drink a lot, and Mistress weren't too pleased about it. She says drinking is a sin, and the devil's lure.
Thanks.
Farewell. What was that sound? What's going on here? And I was starting to think someone wanted to ambush me. It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Головне, що я хуй відкрию відмичкою там.
I'd like to ask...
Ask what you...
That's it.
It was good to see you, my friend.
Блін, ну... Перша хуй його знаю все ж таки. Як лікувати?
I won't find out, and even if I can't cure him, at least I can bring him some relief. A decoction for the pain should alleviate that trembling. A digestive, well, he has to start eating more. I'm sure he's not eating because he's miserable here alone all the time. I'll give you a digestion decoct. Drink up. It'll help you. I'll give you a Here. Sip it slowly, so you don't choke on it. You know what? Just hang on. I heard you didn't need to be asked twice in your day. I reckon you must really miss that.
Yes.
I knew it. I took one look at you and I said to myself, here lies a fellow who could teach me a thing or two. I bet that you know every tavern and every alehouse wench here in Kuttenberg. Your wife thinks this is all a punishment for the little pleasures that men deserve to indulge in. Right? What does she know about it? A bit of discomfort is a small price for some serious fun, right?
No.
Don't you worry. As soon as we get you fixed up, I bet you'll run off to the tavern to enjoy yourself again.
Fuck, не вийшло трохи.
I'll come.
Так. Може якоїсь алкоголю можна спіздити десь тут? В Беріку. Треба йти купляти. Собака зробить. Ну, тут застріє. Нормально нікого алкоголю спіздить. Де можна по Беріку алкоголь купити? Блін, у мене раніше треба було до хіра, по-моєму, у мене в лошадці було. Чого тут немає що спіздить? Дивно, що немає спіздить. Так, солоніни є.
Christ, pardon me.
О, у мене в лошаді було в інвентарі. Так, а тут немає нічого. Ов'яний грек. Що за хір? Пічка чи що? Так, ладно, блін, з алкоголем щось біда. У мене було стільки от дохіра, ну.
You didn't try drinking, did you?
No, thankfully.
Так, тінь. Вино.
Thank God. I don't want to be broken.
And now, here's some wine. You're weak, so nothing too strong. And not a word to your wife. She'll have my hide.
Now you.
Sure. I'd like to drink with you.
Good health.
And especially to yours. That's all I can do. So, how'd you feel?
Son.
What? You want to see your son? I don't know where he is. But I'll tell your wife, and she'll bring him. I see you're still shaking. Sorry about that. But you definitely look better.
Thank you. Son. Where's my son?
Your husband is feeling a bit better, and would like to see his son.
Really? You healed him? Lord, you heard my prayers.
No, I didn't heal your husband. And I'm not even sure anybody can. But he's definitely in a better mood.
Of course. It would be arrogant of us to think we can bend God's will. We are all his instruments, after all. You should thank God, too, that you were able to make my husband feel better. Just so you don't think I don't appreciate your help. Here's a reward.
Thank you kindly, ma'am.
And now, please excuse me. I'll go for my son as my husband wishes.
Certainly, ma'am.
Take care, my friend.
Окей. Але ж це не провалила місію в цілому. Ну, так от сцена. Це його кімната, мабуть.
What? What is this racket here? What are you doing here? You aren't allowed here. Give up now, or I'll call the guard.
All right, let's sort this out.
I won't have you causing cough-ups and...
Now, you're right.
That's better. Time to go. Time to go.
Блін, ладно. Не те, що я хотів зробити. Як же ж роздивитися там це все? Треба її позбутися якось трохи. Секунду.
Christ, pardon me.
Тормозит. Я не дуже розумію, яка кімната його, по-перше. По-друге, надто складний піздець, а як я буду відчинятися? Взагалі цей квест пройти, якщо у тебе, наприклад, не вистачає взламувати.
I apologize.
Важко я хуй зламаю взагалі. Собака, ти заїбала, серйозно. Блін, навіть середній замок не можу зламати. Як мені цей квест пройти тоді? Де тут воно? Може, тому що він занадто складний? І що робить? Я не розумію. Хотілося б цей квест залишати. Може, якісь інші? Якісь інші варіанти? Блін, походу піклок потрібен. А, там не обов'язково, походу, піклок. Дурачок, так. Ну. Не обов'язково.
What the hell? That's hair. All kinds of brown. I bet it belonged to those dead girls. If this isn't proof, nothing is.
Прикольно, все ж таки не треба було ламати. Але тепер знати, що в принципі, ключі бувають і поряд. Оце треба знати. Насправді, я просто навіть в цій грі інколи не зрозуміло, наскільки. Ну, які взагалі можливості у цієї гри, наскільки вони. Що вона тобі може запропонувати в плані от таких от фішок. Бо дуже часто гра тобі не може там. От як з ключом тут зробити. І ну все, зламати, так зламати, хуй там. Таке. Можу зрозуміти, що за хуйня, чого ну. Їм статус пур. Чому? Хм. Може зараз попустять? Алло, алло, алло. Блін, чомусь. Зараз я, мабуть, все ж таки перезапущу стрім одну